Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review for Ready to Love, Make a Move, Season 1, Episode 10. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share with a friend. Hit that notification bell so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. Now, child, let's get into it if we're going to get into it. When the episode first opens up, we pick up with Zadia telling Cam that she's keeping him. Girl, you and Father No Time going to stick together, I guess, if y'all don't do nothing else. Ma'am, he wants to be released. Give us 3. Honey, he wants to. Baby, he don't want to be there no more. He ready to bust a move. Honey, it should have been called Bust a Move. Cameron, nah, you still here. You and your little shirts. I don't want to hear nothing about you not having time. And Zadia, it's giving willful ignorance at this point. Okay, because I don't know how many other ways he can say it. I don't know if he needs to do sign language. I don't know what it is. But you're not getting it, and here we are. Over on the other side, Sharice and Nick, they go inside. She can't decide between him and Mr. Mute Maurice, but she's telling him, you know, she's physically attracted to him, but they're in 2 different places in their lives, so she's going to move in a different direction. Child, not Maurice coming back, knocking kid and play out the game. I see you, Sharice. I have to say this, though. Sharice really does like Maurice, so let her have him, child. Let her have him. If you like him, you like him. Moving forward. So the men all get ready to leave. And so Tamika is telling the women that there will be no more blind dates. But now it's time to meet the friends and family. They need to make a decision before the final mixer. So all the ladies are out. Okay, they're all together. Now I'm thinking they out for a little girls, you know, outing. And then we're going to get into them separately meeting the family and the friends. Tell me why they toasting and all the family and friends go meet in one location. I said, what kind of budget is this? So anywho, first up is Maurice. He brought his daughter, Micaiah, and his cousin. So Sharice and Maurice go over to the side. Cameron pulls up. He has Zadia and his best friend, Mario. So they go on over to the side. He said that Mario is the closest person to him, honey, the Mario to his Luigi. And I knew he wasn't going to bring nobody serious. Child, I knew he was going to bring that BFF. They'll say whatever. Let me tell you something about a BFF. They going to say what they need to say for their partner. So I never really can just really believe what you saying. Because bros before pros, baby, they going to stick together. So for me, I'm going to need someone else with a little bit more substance. Okay? Because I know that best friend, he going to lie for you. Donald brings his 2 friends. Okay? Now, he hasn't been there long, so he doesn't have a lot of friends and a lot of family there. He brings Lakeisha and Dion to meet Ashley. Everyone's friends and family have arrived, and Vernisha is still there waiting. So while she waits, she just gonna sit in the midst of Ashley, Donald, Lakeisha, and Dion. There was Brenda, Letitia, Linda, Felicia. Honey, that's gonna come into play a little bit later. So Donald's friend starts asking questions, his female friend, that is Lakeisha. So she was like, yeah, I want to know about the elimination and why did you eliminate him? So Ashley tells her it was because of the lack of communication. There was 2 days and there was nothing. And Ashley, you didn't have an issue when Kirsten didn't show up, child. He didn't show up and came right on back, and you fawned over him when he brought you those eclairs or whatever kind of candy he brought you, child. So the friend said, well, I was with him when he was responding. Skirt. Ma'am, I don't give a damn. If you were with him while he was responding, why she didn't get the text message? And while y'all sitting up kikiing, he should have picked up the phone and called her. Now that's just my opinion. And I'm trying to figure out what type of friend are you? Because I feel like you coming in hot. I really do. I mean, ma'am, calm down. So the friend was like, yeah, I just feel like it's a certain kind of woman that's deserving of him. And then she says, yeah, I don't want him calling and picking up the phone and calling and texting unless that person is the one. Well, then, ma'am, he should have kept his ass off the screen. Okay, is Donald dating Ashley or are you dating Ashley? Now, how you get to know somebody without calling and texting them? I didn't like that part, because don't sit here and try to make me feel less than because you feel like your friend is worthy of the world. Granted, that's great. You should feel like your friend should get all that he deserves, but don't try to downplay me and say he shouldn't be texting and calling me unless he feels like you're the one. Girl, goodbye and good night. So then the friend came in, she doing all that, and I feel like Ashley done met her match, child, so they going toe to toe. The friend is talking about him having a great sense of style. Ashley is like, well, I mean, I got a whole wardrobe for him. Ashley, okay, I know you want him to be dressed like a no limit soldier, but he is Donald at the end of the day. Okay, he gonna put on what he gonna put on. And if you don't like him, and if you didn't like his style, you should not have continued to keep him. Not only keep him, but bring him back. So you can't sit here and pick him apart. He's not Build-A-Man. So if you don't like how he dresses, then why is he here? One thing I can respect about Sharice, as soon as she saw that damn vest, she was like, no, ma'am. Baby Sharice said, I'm not gonna be able to do it. That vest is throwing me off. So if his slacks and his penny loafers were throwing you off, then you should have left him alone a long time ago. So then Vernisha chimes in and she's like, this is the first that we've ever seen of him like this before. We've never seen him so casual. So the friend wants her to speak positively about Donald and not be speaking down on him. Now, I respect that. I agree with that. Let me just say this. I see both sides. Clearly, Donald ran back and told that. Okay, clearly Donald went and vented to Lakeisha because Ashley hurt his feelings. Ashley was dead wrong to talk about that man in that way after you got a minute of attention from Kirsten. You were showing out, okay? You were showing out last episode. So he went back and told his friend, and here she is coming in hot, okay? Because you were dead wrong. But I also feel like the friend didn't give Ashley a fair shot. But in all honesty, I'm going to tell y'all, this just me, okay? All of this to the side. All this rah-rah, it ain't going to never work. Because Lakeisha is going to be too involved. Because Donald is afraid to speak his speech. It will never work for me. Because why your friend know everything that's going on? If you had a problem, you should have said it to me. And on top of that, she's like, she's like your pit bull in a skirt, since you want to call Ashley DMX. She coming out of her mouth ready to go off on me without even getting to know me. So I feel like it was a better way for her to approach that situation. Like, girl, like, why you talking about my friend? Okay. Why you talking about his clothing? That ain't cool. So I just feel like I wouldn't want to have to answer to her in my relationship. Absolutely not. So Ashley was like, I don't need a full-on suit. That's what I don't need. She said he's not in a suit. She said, oh, but he has been, sis. So baby, now they arguing back and forth and back. Ashley, I just want to say this. I'm speaking directly to you, honey. You're going to be alone a long time if you base your relationship at this big seasoned age of almost 40 on his swag. If that's what you're basing a relationship on, it ain't going to never work. So then Kiki, aka Lakeisha, she said, well, I don't like you being all aggressive, and I don't want that aggressiveness coming toward him. Oh, okay, because only you can do the aggressiveness. Both y'all aggressive if you really want to be real. So Ashley said, he doesn't really get a say in it. Well, Ashley, say or not, it was rude to put down his style of dress. Because if he did that to you, everybody would be in an uproar. Now, we got to keep it real here. If a man came on here and it was the men's choice and you are making a move to be with the men and they were in power, if that man made fun of your little dresses and your nails and all these little accessories and things like that, everybody would be mad. So you cannot just be saying whatever you want to say. You letting that little power get to your head. So his friend was like, well, he's a prize too, and he has a choice. Okay, now friend, hold on, let me get you together real quick. In this instance, the women are in power. Okay, so Ashley does have the say as to whether or not their relationship continues. But Ashley, the way you are going about it is all wrong. Flailing your hands all around, talking about he don't have a choice. If he wants to be here, then he need. I'm like, okay, Ashley, please calm down. Ashley is like, well, no, he doesn't. He does not have a right to a choice. Not right now with me. Ashley, you're losing it right now, baby. If you're meeting with his friends, why are you making him seem like this suit wearing weirdo? Now these two going back and forth and back, baby. It's really getting heated. Donald said Ashley mistakes him being nonchalant for something else, but he does want to be there and he really does like her. I'm sorry, but I would not want to answer to your little friend girl every time we get into it because you're afraid to say how you feel. Now, Ashley's energy is too much and it's absolutely too much for him. But I'm not going to sit here and answer to your friend. Sorry. Whole time, Vernisha is just sitting there like, wow. So she goes, well, I really hate to see Ashley upset. And I really hate to see that, she's feeling this way. Ashley, we just cannot put you on friend dates. As soon as there's another woman in the mix, it's gonna be a fool. It's gonna be a fool. Moving forward. I do agree with Ashley, though, when she said that the friend came in with preconceived notions of her. And she really did. She came in based on what Donald had already told her. And she came to her in a way that made it feel like she had to defend herself. She could have just said, I was wrong for talking about his style of dress and the way that he does this and the way that he does that. But you were really emasculating him in his face, Ashley. I'm sorry, you were. So Tabari finally arrives with his mama. Baby, I know she couldn't wait to get out of there. Baby, Vernisha was like, right this way. After you. Honey, Vernisha couldn't wait to get from over there. They pan over to Zadia. And so she's asking his best friend Mario, what does he love about Cam? So he said, he loves the fact that Cameron will make a plan. He's going to execute it. He's very disciplined. So Zadia said, well, do you feel like that's to his detriment at times? He said, we kind of keep him grounded, tell him to pop out for a few minutes, and then he can go back to doing whatever it is he needs to do. Cameron, on the other hand, said that he loves that about himself because he loves to work. He said he gets really fired up about what he does. Here comes Zadia with this new revelation. This made me see Cam in such a different way because, a man with a check. Girl, just say you like the man. Just say it. Say no matter what he says to me, I'm going to see what I want to see. I'm going to believe what I want to believe. Just say that. So then Zadia asks Mario if he feels that Cameron is ready for a relationship right now. No. Nope. Like, I don't know how many ways I can say it. I think it's the same in every language, but N-O. Okay? Absolutely not. But his friend was like, yeah, he's ready. It's just about making time and, the person being a good fit. Here goes Zadia talking about, am I a good fit? Ma'am, he does not even know you. He doesn't know you. He said, yeah, I would say so. The way that camera panned to Cameron's face and that little look that Cam gave his friend said, I'm about to knock the Mario coins out of you because damn well I'm not ready to love. I'm not ready to hear that theme song. You better quit playing. Friend. You missed it. You were supposed to help Cameron get out of this. Here you are talking about things that don't matter. That friend was blowing smoke up Zadia's butt. I'm sorry, y'all. He was lying. He does not know anything about Zadia to say that she's the one. So then he gonna say, I met my wife at the gas station and we got married 2 months later. Zadia, don't hold your wig or your breath because that will not be you. Cameron will still be telling you how busy he is in 2 months. Moving forward. Now, Cameron did say that Zadia has been there when he's had anxiety and helped him through things. So will a therapist. Do you want to be with her or not? Okay, because I'm not hearing that. This is the thing. I know there are a lot of things that we don't get to see. And I know that editing will edit and producers will produce. I get that. I'm just basing this off of what I see. And from what I've seen nothing since date number 1. When you initially asked him about his past, now I don't know if y'all was in the park talking after dark or what y'all be doing, but on this show, I'm not seeing anything but the two of you get together and him tell you how pressed for time he is and how he really doesn't have the time to be here for you, with you, but he's making it work. That's all I ever see. What exactly is being done that makes you like him? Over on the other side, Vernisha is asking Tabari's mom what kind of person he is. So, his mom, of course, sung his praises. And so Vernisha was like, well, Mama, we have a communication issue. Mama said, is it a concern? Because I think it's a concern, not an issue. Okay, Mama, honey, get it together then. Mama said, well, listen, baby, he's a man first. And if he's concerned enough, he's going to try. But he's working and he's not accustomed to doing certain things yet. So you got to kind of work with him. So then Tabari's brother pipes up and says that, yes, they're both entrepreneurs and he's learned things from him. He also mentioned Vernisha being an entrepreneur. And she's like, yeah, I didn't go to college, but I have one daughter in college, one that just graduated high school. And, she has a younger daughter. And she says she wants them to do the things that she didn't get to experience. His mama had a lot in common with Vernisha because she said the same thing happened with her. But she felt like as long as her sons do well, then she's done a great job. And I have to agree. Because I just feel like in the grand scheme of things, true success lies in how you have put your life together. You may not have chosen the same path as everyone else, went to college, got the 4-year degree, did this, did that. And as long as you're happy, your children are raised properly, they're healthy and pillars of the community, honey, somebody that we ain't got to, call Crime Stoppers on. I think that you've done a great job. And I think Tabari's mom is really awesome. She was so sweet. I could tell that she's the kind of person that you could call and really talk to if you were going through something. And I just liked her. She was sweet. Both her and his brother. So Vernisha really liked his mama, and so did I. I think it made Vernisha see where he comes from and the family that she could be around. And I feel like Tabari comes from good stock. Over with Sharice and Maurice, the Reeses, honey, not to be confused with the peanut butter cup. Baby, the Reeses, they over there talking. So Sharice is asking his daughter about how Maurice is. She said he's very caring, he's kind, doesn't mind going out of his way. And his cousin said he's also a leader. His daughter looks just like him. They have the exact same smile. She was so pretty, though. She was a very pretty lady. Sharice reveals that her dad's name is also Maurice and that they both have the same sign. She said he reminds her a lot of her dad. I said, oh, okay, that's very interesting. She asked why he was single. Micaiah, which is Maurice's daughter, said, well, what he's looking for is very hard to find. Here goes Sharice talking about, yes, because, we talked about it, like you can really meet some superficial women, especially with what he does for a living. Girl, if you don't get a mirror and look at your superficial self. Moving forward. I think that his daughter gave him a very endearing quality because I was not a Mute Maurice fan, but she seems to be the best part of him. So seeing how she talks about her father and how she dotes on him, it makes me think that there's another layer to Mute Maurice and his Louis V, vest and whatnot. But Sharice, I do think that Maurice is good for you because you need someone with grown kids. You wouldn't make it with a toddler or anybody younger. So I think this is good. The daughter said it was the first time that she had ever been introduced to anybody. And Sharice really felt like she could fit in with the family. She said with Maurice, it's like I was looking for a Benz, but I got a Rolls Royce. Girl, that silence gave Pinto, but that's just me. I digress. Baby, that's just me. No, I'm just kidding. I like Maurice for Sharice, and his daughter really did seal the deal for me. So baby, if y'all like it, I love it. Moving forward. So after all the drama, honey, they have a second line. Everybody started dancing. I was like, yes, please lighten the mood. I love a good second line. Baby, they gets down in New Orleans on a Sunday. Do you hear me? It ain't no place like it. In the next scene, it's after the meeting. So Tabari and Vernisha go on a grown and sexy date. Baby Vern said, slip on your red dress. Let your hair down. And some of that sweet perfume. I said, okay, Vernisha, honey, lady in red. I see you. So they go on their little grown and sexy day. And Tabari was looking handsome too. So they sit down, they talking. He told her that his brother couldn't stop talking about her. Brother saw that dress and he ain't fooling me. So they talking about that. He said he feels like introducing her to his mom was laying the groundwork for marriage. I said, oh, baby, he's serious. Oh, he ain't just for the show serious. He's serious. So they're on this date. They're talking about her being in her element, which is with her kids. And he asked about people that she's lost because she was saying, she had a lot of loss. So she cherishes the time that she has with her family. Now, this is the part that I really loved, y'all. This got me. Because at first I was like, Tabari play all day. But I think he's getting a little more comfortable. I love how he grabbed her hand and he asked her, how are you processing that? Baby, that's all I need. When I tell y'all that's all I need, because I really felt like he was intentional and really listening to what she had to say. Baby, that got me. Now, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. They were giving social distancing on these couches. I was like, why y'all sitting so far apart, honey? I mean, he did touch her knee, but it wasn't giving what had supposed to be gave. I'm really still not seeing the chemistry between the two. I mean, it's cute, but I just feel like something is off. I think it could get there, but I don't think it's there yet. But if all else fails, I do think that they will be great friends and she will call his mama to go get their nails done when she down in New Orleans. Back at the house, baby, because this way it's finna go down. Sharice and Zadia are talking about the Ashley thing. So Sharice was like, well, I mean, knowing Ashley, he should not have brought a girl. Now, I agree with Sharice because you have to know who you're working with. Yes, he does have a friend as a BFF, but to know Ashley is to know. Do not put another woman in front of her because she is insecure and it's threatening to her. So Sharice is speaking from the perspective of because it's Ashley. So Zadia is like, why? She said, well, I mean, I wouldn't want to meet nobody's friend that was a girl right off the bat either. Because I would be thinking, have y'all had sex? Have y'all dated before? Now, I say it all depends. You can tell when it's been something more. Somebody just ain't right. So Zadia goes, well, I just have a different perspective. I feel like it would be a bold move to bring somebody that you had sex with. Girl, we are going to have to get you a class, honey. They do it every day, B. These men will do that right in your face and introduce her as his sister. She like my sister. We grew up together. Her mama know my mama knew. She lived down the street. She like my cousin. No. And again, if the bloodline ain't the same, no. If I can't find her on 23andMe, no. If she's not on Ancestry.com, no. Honey, absolutely not. So Sharice brings up LJ on their season. She was like, girl, you must not seen our season when LJ was there with a girl he had just got through being with. So Zadia said, have you and LJ ever dated? Sharice said, no. I mean, girl, we dated on the show, but it ain't nothing like that. Zadia said, oh, okay, because I saw you kiss him. Well, damn. Baby, this lady said, no, it wasn't like that. She gets in her confessional talking about it was a, get back safe type of thing. Ma'am, I do not kiss my friends. I'm sorry, I just don't. Zadia said, well, I don't kiss my friends in the mouth. And she started kind of laughing. Now, Zadia, I'm with you when you're right. So after that, baby, it went left. Sharice started going off talking about, you're all for yourself. You're in competition with everyone. Girl, please. You're mad because it's being revealed that you're on a dating show kissing Mr. Debonair in the mouth. The reason you don't like the women being friends is because you kiss your friends in their mouth. So if you're doing it, you think they doing it too. So Sharice was like, it wasn't sexual. Well, it wasn't friendly either. You just don't want Maurice to watch this back. You're on a dating show kissing LJ in his mouth. Zadia said, oh, you're angry. She said, no, I'm not. She's like, you're mean to everybody, Zadia, including Camille. Zadia said, look, you don't know what me and Camille have going on. Sharice said, oh, okay. Well, you don't know what me and LJ have going on. Zadia said, well, they have done other things. This is what she's saying in her confessional. So then she looks at Sharice and she says, if you kiss your friend, you kiss your friend and be okay with that. So then Sharice said, if you had sex with Cameron, you had sex with Cameron and be okay with that. I said, oh, baby, we called it. Zadia was too stunned to speak. But what I really think it was is this is payback for Sharice telling Tamika that she stayed out all night on that first day. That's what it really was giving. It was giving a little bit of get back. So Sharice said, Zadia told me that, and all of us, that they did do it and he had a big D. He got a big and know how to use it. Baby, I'm sorry. That was only appropriate for the NOLA. Do you hear me? I hope LJ don't got a woman back in Miami because, baby, the tea is being spilled. My cup runneth over. Do you hear me? The way that Zadia was tapping on that phone when Sharice walked away after spilling her tea. I said, Sharice, oh, girl, why you blow up the spot like that? Oh, honey, Sharice 1, Zadia 0. Moving forward. In the next scene, Maurice and Sharice go for a pedicure date. And they're matching and everything. He said his family liked her, except Micaiah is, she's a tough nut to crack. I don't really think she likes Sharice too tough. She'll give her a chance for the sake of her daddy. But if she had to choose, it would not be Sharice, because I'm pretty sure she watched Ready to Love and she ain't fooling me. So they start talking about traveling. Sharice says she wants to go to Greece. He was like, yeah, well, we should do some, go on a trip. That could be one of the trips that we take. She said, yeah, because I know you like to do it first class. Girl, you don't see nothing but dollar signs. They boring me, so let's move on. Over on the other side of town, Zadia and Cam go on a date. Cameron, did I see that shirt before? Child, you gonna keep one of these little shirts on and that little towel in the back pocket. So anywho, they get on this date. They're on this date. Zadia's talking about his work ethic is sexy and that's what she's attracted to. And I'm like, girl, according to Sharice, that large member is probably the reason that you cannot let go. So Cam was sitting there talking. He was like, yeah, I'm happy you got to meet my friend. So Zadia said, what did your friend think about me? He said, he thought you was cool. You was chill. I mean, it was a good experience. Zadia said, what? I was surprised that he said you were ready for a relationship. So, I mean, where you at with it? He said, well, I'm rooting for us, but more importantly, I'm rooting for you. She's like, how so? He said, well, I want you to be happy. And if that includes me, if you're patient, then that's cool. She said, well, do you want me to be patient? He then says, I mean, how could I know based off a short amount of time? It's not enough time for me to be all in and head over heels and all of that. Now, I agree. There hasn't been enough time. I think they're so conditioned to go on these shows and automatically start saying, I love you. And in this moment, I do feel like Cameron is keeping it real by saying, I don't know you well enough to say that I'm all in and head over heels. But sir, you've been on 15 consecutive dates. He gonna say, I just feel like we can build and grow. She said, oh, okay, so build and grow. That's where we are. He said, yeah, pretty much. If you can handle it, cool. If not, that's okay. See, Cam be on that bullshit, okay? Cameron be on that bullshit. Zadia, you did this to yourself, girl. You should have eliminated him. If he has to cheer you on to be happy without him, he can really take it or leave it. See, I knew this would happen when Tamika basically coerced him into staying. Girl, get out now. You know what? I'm going to have to sing this song for you, Zadia. Now, if you have ever watched Braxton Family Values, you'll remember when Trina was going through it with Gabe. May he rest in peace. And Tamar and Tony sat at that piano. And Zadia, this is for you because you will not let Cam go. He must have a ding-a-ling of gold. Baby, because ain't no way. He must have a ding-a-ling of gold. So I'm not finna play. Moving forward. In the next scene, Donald and Ashley go for their date. Now, Ashley is 38 hot because, sir, why didn't you say something when your friend was basically attacking me? And it was all because of things that you had told your friend. So, therefore, and thus and such, I'm pissed. So she's sitting there fuming. It's the first time that they've seen each other since all hell broke loose. He came with a peace offering, one of them little things you buy for your kids because they light up on the streets. And they started talking about her meeting his friend. She wants to know, what is going on with you and your friend? Like, what is it? What's y'all story? He said, nothing. We're just friends. It's nothing like that. Like, we've never done anything. We're just cool. So she said to him, how do you think it went with me and her when you were trying to let us get to know each other? He said, well, there was no way for me to predict how. She said, no, I'm not talking about predicting. Okay. How do you think it went? Ooh, Ashley got an attitude, baby. She talking crazy. Huh? That tone is a little crazy. So he's saying that her energy is off. She's telling him she was drowning. And she wants to know how he felt about the meeting overall. Spill it. Speak your speech. Say what you're going to say. So she's getting more and more upset. She says in her confessional, if this man don't start talking, I'm going to get aggressive. So he's quiet. He's telling her, I'm just trying to calm down. Because with all of that finger pointing and neck rolling, eye popping, lips busting, it's too much. She said, I didn't point my finger in your face. She did not. She didn't point her finger in your face not one time. She did not, Donald. And she said, all the aggressiveness that you're saying about me was sitting right in front of me, which was your friend. So Donald is telling her that she can come better because passive aggressiveness makes him shut down. So she was like, well, you're saying that was my initial response when it was not. I've been waiting for hours to actually speak to you. So now they arguing. He told her that she's giving DMX energy. Okay, you gonna make her lose her mind up in here. If you don't stop that, why would you? Baby, when he called her a rough rider, all bets were off. Do you hear me? And I don't blame her though, because what the hell does DMX supposed to mean? Why not EVE? Why couldn't I be Eve? Who's that girl? Why couldn't be Eve? Why you gonna call me DMX? I ain't like that. Of all the things that you could have chosen, you chose DMX. So then she tells him that she ain't never came at him like this. And if she did, she slapped the out his. I said, oh, baby. Ashley, now I'm going to say this to you. Donald, I don't respect the fact that you called her DMX. Don't call her out her name. Okay? Don't do that. And it's giving that you were trying to clown her because she was clowning them penny loafers. Okay? But Ashley, no man is going to want to be communicated to in that way. It was a way to let him know that the way his friend came off, he should have had your back. What she was doing wasn't cool. You got to learn to emotionally regulate. You have to learn how to get your point across without letting people see you sweat. So this is all going way left. Ashley gets up and walks away from the table because she's pissed that he referenced DMX when speaking of her. And he's sitting there looking stupid. Sir, you were all the way wrong for calling that lady DMX, and she was not pointing her finger in your face at all. She wasn't. And really and truly, you should have been addressed for going back and telling your friend something and your friend coming in not giving her a fair shot. Really. And Ashley, nobody, man or woman, wants your pointy nails anywhere near them, even though they weren't. I just want to give you a heads up. And that was the end of the episode. Ooh, Donald, gone on, head back to the house. You should have kept that elimination and I came back over there. Ashley, I know the friend came in and did team too much. But if you do want to continue this on with Donald, which I don't really think you're physically attracted to him, I think it's just something to do, then you need to be able to communicate with him. Donald, get your little friend. Is that your friend? Get your little friend. Y'all comment down below and tell me exactly what you think about Zadia being outed by Sharice, which we already knew. Because, girl, you went out walking your dog in New Orleans. Honey, that's unsafe. Okay? It's New Orleans. And we already knew what time it was when it was time. What do y'all think about these two arguing and Sharice getting in her feelings because Zadia outed her? Because let's just keep it real, Sharice. You didn't want your tea to be spilled. But here we are. And you didn't expect for Zadia to do that. So now it's a fool. And what do you think about Tabari and Vernisha? I don't know. I mean, I started to like their little connection, but something about it still just gives we hanging out for the moment. I don't know. I don't all the way see. Y'all comment down below. I'm going to comment back. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Oh, and meet me over at Bell Collective. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.